praise the Most High for delivering me this content. And I hope that we're able to understand and come together. Hopefully this piece of content will impact you the same way it impacted me. And together we can make some change. I hope you're prepared, because we're definitely pulling the plug on this one. So I hope you selected the red pill, because it's time. Wait, I've been doing all this talking. I've been so excited. What do you say? What do I say? Let's get straight to it.
It is not the will of divinity that we incarnate to Earth over and over again. This video tells us why we do it and what we can do to stop it. Look at this beauty in action. But what is it precisely that we are looking at here? It is not just a horse. It is a cooperative community of trillions of cells that work in utter harmony, symphony and unity for the well-being and exuberance of the whole body. Each cell is an individual and yet totally devoted to the good of all. This is bliss in action, total joy, total harmony and unity. Now we all know what would happen if only one of these cells would say, I don't want this unity harmony thing. I want my own thing, me first. We would call it a selfish cell, which is commonly known as cancer. Cells that are totally greedy on the expense of the other cells. They live off other cells and often kill the entire community. Now let us look at planet Earth.
Alright, so if we make this like larger, I guess we can talk about the tyrants in our societies. Maybe these are shots fired, maybe not, but like, you know, we've all ascended. So let's look at the people, places, and things that maybe we've left behind, and how they weren't exactly for our higher good, and they're potentially causing harm to us, our mentality, you know, everything that was going on around us. I don't know. Okay, I'm starting to think. As I said, I already went into depression over this, so now I'm being proactive and not just like a big weenie. So
humanity can also be compared to a community of 8 billion cells, plus another few billion earthbound spirits that we can't see but are also affecting our lives. Each human being is an individual and different cell and part of a larger group, like a family, a tribe, a country, etc., just like the organs of the body. But how do all these cells and organs that make up humanity work together? In total harmony and bliss, like in the example of the running horse? Or are many just looking out for themselves, with selfish interests and goals? Through fighting, dominating, killing, genocide and many other horrors, we see them stealing energy from each other, just like the cancer cells. No wonder our world is in such a sorry state that planet Earth is about to shake us parasites off as it evolves into a higher vibration. How did this all happen? What went wrong? Why can't these human cells work together? Let's look at it. Eons ago, some renegade divine spiritual beings left the absolute reality, our home, and entered the realm of space and time, contrasts and cause and effect. They wanted to create their own creation in opposition to the divine creation. In simple terms, they wanted to do it better than God. Chances are that you and I are one of these fallen angels. I describe it in detail in my video.
boom, right there, depression, right there. I was like, oh man, oh man, oh man. When I said I was so hurt by that. All right, but we're gonna continue. There's a little bit of a cushion. I got you.
Lucifer's Rebellion. We fell into the realm of the relative reality with 7 temporary purification spheres. Through our self-centered and selfish actions, we acted against the law of love and shadowed our souls, meaning we created karmic burdens for ourselves. Through increased negativity, many of us fell deeper and deeper, right down into the astral and material universes with planet Earth. In my video, The Amazing Earth School, we can see that this planet, planet Earth, was given to us as a schooling ground for souls that wanted to return back home, the absolute reality. Here on Earth, souls can undo their karmic burdens, their soul shadows, in a very short time compared to the spiritual purification spheres where the expiation of karma can take much, much longer and can also be more painful because so.
All right, I gotta stop it there. Let's think about this. So, as they said, we fall more and more in debt with the karma. All right, so mankind, not us, because we're doing the work. We're ascending, not descending. So people tend to descend because we forget the purpose or we don't know the reality of why we're here, right? Okay, cool. So that's what's going on around us. All right, now that's the matrix that we live in. All right, so we, Neo, Trinity, whoever you choose to be, you feel me? As long as you're not Scythe, you're cool in my eyes. We're cool. But other than that, we're clearing up our karmic debt. We're using the tarot, we're using the Reiki to clear up all these. We're releasing everybody with love and light. And it's as we've seen, if we stay engaged with the I'm not going to call them parasites, but with the bots or the people who are still a part of the matrix, what we learned in the matrix is as long as they're still living in that realm, whether they're good or bad, or they're aware or not, or whatever it may be, they are still, the matrix is able to still use them to maneuver and do whatever is necessary. All right, something like he just said with the spirits that are both, we can see them and we don't necessarily see them. Those are the energies that are around us, such as the spirit of Jezebel. We see the spirit of Christ all the time, or Yeshua, depending on whatever you're studying. We all come back to the same thing pretty much. But yeah, I'm just gonna let it run. But crazy, right?
Don't have the buffer of the physical body. So the idea was to quickly go through this school and then ascend as a more purified, light-filled soul further in the purification spheres all the way back home. But relatively few have used this opportunity to clear their karma during an incarnation. Many of us have used this time to fall even deeper into selfishness and self-centeredness, just like the cancer cells. If we had taken our very short time here on earth for self-recognition and to clear up our old karma and become more loving and unity-minded, as suggested in Christ's words, love thy neighbor as thyself, this earth would have been a paradise. Mm-hmm. Instead, many of us have eagerly followed the path of selfish goals and wishes that bind us to this material world. If these worldly goals and wishes are not fulfilled or satisfied in this lifetime, they will remain here on earth as vibrational complexes and can then act as anchors to pull us back into another incarnation and another and another.
Did you catch that? Did you catch that? Let's review that one more time. Let's just bring them back just a little bit, really quick. Just a little bit. Let's review that one more time.
And wishes are not fulfilled or satisfied in this lifetime, they will remain here on earth as vibrational complexes.
If your worldly wishes are not fulfilled, all right, so of the flesh, the things that you want in the flesh, I want to be a multimillionaire. I want to own a conglomerate of whatever the situation may be. You feel me? All those wants, those material needs, are, what he just said, are the things that are pulling us down. And anchor, keeps the boat from moving, going everywhere. So like, you don't think about it like that. You think it's like, oh, you know what? I didn't murder anybody. I didn't commit any crimes. I didn't cheat on my person, right? But the thought of you cheating on your person, the thought of you creating that trespass, is what will have you forced to reincarnate. I had a conversation with my mother, and she said she can't wait to do this all over again. Now, at the moment, and to myself, I thought, oh, that's the saddest thing I've ever heard. But, she was excited and happy, so I'm never going to burst her bubble. But at that moment, I didn't understand why that was sad. Me personally, for the past 2 years, I've been saying, this is my last time on Earth. I'm not coming back. This is it for me. So, maybe it's because we have two different perspectives, two different understandings of what's going on. You know what I mean? I'm forced to, I see the Matrix for what it is, and now I really can see the Matrix for what it is.
and can then act as anchors to pull us back into another incarnation and another and another. Sadly, many of us have had hundreds or even thousands of incarnations, and very little soul growth to show for. Often get...
Can I just say, sidebar, you know how the Matrix, they pulled the John out? Well, next time I get a haircut, I'm going to show you guys, but I have a birthmark right there. Now, what I've heard was birthmarks are, you know, like wounds potentially that you've had in past lives or whatever the situation may be. So I'm just saying, you feel me? I have a feeling I disconnected and ran up out of there. That's all.
Stuck in the same group, religion, or culture without any progress. These countless repeated incarnations are not the wish of divinity. It is like repeating our third grade class over and over again. That would be foolish, wouldn't it? With time, these repeated incarnations have made us more and more earthbound instead of heaven-bound or homebound, to the place from where we once came. See my video, The Path of the Soul. Some people are worried that when they die, some evil entity or alien might push them back into another incarnation. No, most likely it's our own unfulfilled worldly wishes and our cravings for physical pleasures that pull us back into physicality over and over again. But let's be honest, are we really having fun here? If we look closely at all the suffering, planet Earth looks more like a prison for humans than a school, where countries and continents are like a prison cell for humans, each one facing its own agonizing collective karma.
Now, from the research I've done, and I speak about this in my lives on TikTok, I have my board, my dry erase board to the corner, but Noah's job was to populate the Most High's land, of course, you know, make humans, blah, 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 blah. He had the three sons, Shem, Ham, and Jaspir, and of course, Canaan. Canaan's people were cursed. Canaan's people also created weapons, all right? They brought all of that to the land, all right? They brought all the war, the tyranny, and that type of stuff. Jaspir's line is the Slavic, okay, line, and they, you know, they have a homeland and everything. Then we have Shem. I haven't really done too much research into them because I'm a part of Ham's lineage, where we are scattered amongst the people. We are scattered amongst the four corners of the land, and our people are to find the Most High within ourselves, and then that will lead us to our promised land. But because we were worshiping false gods, and then we had another curse put upon us because Ham did not settle in the land that he was promised. He chose another land. Free will. As I say all the time, free will is debt, and that was a debt that was added to my people. So, yeah, I just...
As I mentioned before, there is one other reason as to why we should make sure that this is our last incarnation. It is a fact that very soon this earth will evolve into a higher frequency when it will no longer be possible for souls of lower vibration to incarnate here. Because
now, you notice within the past 2 years, COVID, I believe, was supposed to be a tactic as to where we were, you know, put back, you know, under the thumb. We were meant to be, you know, put back into that mentality to get us stuck back into that matrix. But instead, a lot of us hit that awakening point. We couldn't help it. It's natural. The Most High told us to get up and get up. And, you know, we started to do our soul's work and begin to discover who we are, what our abilities are, and we began to ascend. All right, with that being said, recently we've had quite a few major, huge politicians, I guess we can say. The Queen of England being the one I want to focus on. Notice how she passed away. You know what I mean? The frequency. Now, if you listen to the article, or a particular article that resonates with me, it said that she was the leader of 14 realms. Not 14 countries, not 14, 14 realms. Okay? Now, as we've learned, spell work, the words we speak, especially the English language, the American English language, is spell work, meant to cast spells. So I think we may need to dig deeper on what realm she's a part of. And within my own respected opinion, I believe she's reptilian, but we're just gonna hit play.
Attracts like, and the new Earth frequency will be higher than that of many heavy burdened souls. They will then have to expiate their karmic burden in the purification spheres.
Our last lifetime here. You know what? We've been here. We've done this too many times. All right, and finally we're receiving the appropriate information. Finally we're listening, and if you're part of, we really are doing the work. People, places, and things will be cut if they're not serving our highest good. We don't want to be here, and apparently we weren't aware of what here actually is, or what this is. And I believe it's written there will be 7 years of peace, and then a false messiah, a false prophet will come and will mislead many. All right, I believe that's when the rapture will happen, and I believe with the frequency, that's what that would be. You know what I mean? The people who are of the higher frequency, we're already ascending, we're leaving our physical form, and the earth is also transitioning with us. And then the parasites are dying off, but they're fighting for this, so they have to harvest energy. How else are they going to do that? By taking the weak people who are easily misled. As my phone is going off for confirmation, the people who are easily misled, those are the people who unfortunately will fall to their knees. But as I preach, as I stress in all my classes and all my lectures, we cannot beat a dead horse. At the end of our lifetimes, we have to explain to the Most High why we didn't accomplish this, why we didn't get this done, why we are here. And with this particular piece of content, I will be delivered and finally be able to ascend to our rightful position and places right next to the Most High. So, love and light to you all. Let's push this out. Please like, share, and subscribe, and welcome to the family. Love and light, guys.